Claire from Created the Otter Way. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time. I've got a lovely little craft along video for you today that I think you're really going to love. I try and keep them fairly simple, show you how to do the basics of the card and then give you a few ideas of how to jazz it up and make it personal. I love to see your makes, so if you feel like you want to share them with me, just send us a pic at createdtheotterway@gmail.com and just get chatting with me about all things craft. So today's make is, let's move this, oh, it's celebration time by the way, it's Stampin' Up, lots of freebies to earn. So today's make is this. It is called a vertical freestanding fun fold. I've seen a few different labels for it. It's been on my list to share with you for a little while now. I really love the fact that it shows off the designer series paper in a slightly different way to what we've been doing, and also that it goes in the post. But it stands up really nicely as well. So on the side it's going to stand out amongst all the other cards. So you can jazz it up as much as you want. I've used By the Bay designer series paper, which is actually in this lovely new mini catalogue. It's very seasidey. There's I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but there's some golds in there, some lovely fish. Some of it you feel like you just want to frame. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's got lots of navies in there, which I love, some greens, which I also love, and then it's also got touches of pink and some golds as well. It really is lovely. So if you want to get your hands on any of that, you can shop with me at createdtheotterway.co.uk. So the one that I made first of all is on a navy base, just to highlight the coordination with the paper. And now we're going to do one in petal pink and mint macaroon, which are really different colours. So petal pink is like that and the mint macaroon is like that. Now, how did I choose those colours? When you get a pack of Stampin' Up paper, there's also a sheet in there that tells you what colours coordinate. So it's easy. You just pick a couple of those colours and they will automatically go. Can you see they already do? As the first one I made was very seasidey with shells on, I have mixed it with the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set. Now I've had this a while. I live right near the sea, literally 5 minutes walk, and I go there every day. So this was like the most amazing set for me. I love all the shells, I collect them. Got sea glass everywhere, lots of stones with holes in our downstairs toilet, which sounds a bit weird but looks nice. So yeah, this is one of my favourite sets, and I really don't feel I play with it enough. I know there is a new set in the mini catalogue all about the sea, but I think this one coordinates really well. If you look at some of the papers in particular, there's the shells on that you can mix and match. So don't get rid of your old stash, just get it out and mix it with some of the new papers. You'll be surprised what you can make. So the colours that I've gone for this time, or the papers that I've gone for, are, see that muscle, and I did like that on there as well because it's got the greens and the pinks overtones in it, but I decided not, although that did take me a while. If you're anything like me, it takes you ages. So we are going to go with this paper, and the other side of it is actually that paper. So I'm not sure, I don't think I love it as much as the navy, but we're going to give it a go. So that's what we're going to play with today. So let me do this and give you the sizes. There's quite a lot of sizes, but they're really, when you're making it, it won't seem so bad. I'm never sure how much to list for you, so I've just listed everything and then I'll talk you through it step by step. So don't worry too much about all the different sizes. You actually need a base card, which is your opening pop-up bit, the back panel and a front panel. So let me make sure you can see me. So the front panel is just this, and it's 3.5 inches wide. The back panel is just this bit here, and then you've got the opening bit. So it's 3 pieces of card. But looking at that, you think, oh my God, that uses so many pieces of card. Where do I even begin? And the designer series paper, again, it looks like it's a long list, but you just basically need a piece for that and the panels inside. So let me show you how we can make this, and hopefully you'll come to love it as much as me. So I've got my paper trimmer. Stampin' Up paper trimmer is the perfect thing to have because you can cut and score at the same time. Mine is so well loved, I'm forever cleaning it, and every time I go to do a YouTube video I think, oh my goodness, that's filthy. So don't look at that, just look at the card. So we want a piece that is 5 7/8 by 8. So I'm going to turn my A4 sheet onto the short end at the top and just make sure it's lined up right up to the top there, just butted right up so you get a nice straight line. And we want 5 7/8, just like so. It gives you that little bit. You're not going to need that at the moment. You probably won't need it at all for this card. And then there's an arm that opens out on the side. I'm just turning that to 8 inches. So I'm just looking for the 8-inch mark there, and then I cut that off. So that bit you will need in a moment, so put that to one side. So then we need to score this. So choosing the longer side, we're going to score at 1.5. Oh, I nearly did it 1.25 then. 1.5. Oh, that's it. My blade wasn't clicked right in. 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Just remember to score, not cut. 5 1/4. Now you can see that I'm going up and down my score line quite a bit, just because I want the scores to be really crisp. 6 1/2, and my paper trimmer it's getting a bit worn out. Might need to invest in a second one. Okay, so that's it. Easy as that. Okay, so you've got that bag piece. You need another piece that is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, which I think I've already cut this one. So 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. So that's my second piece. And then my panel for the front needs to be 3 1/2. So 3 1/2. So this was the other bit that was left from our A4 sheet. So you just about fit it in. 3 1/2 by 5 7/8. Now this is for a UK size card. So you might want to adjust yours ever so slightly if you are anywhere else in the world. So I've got these 3 pieces. Okay, so this is my back panel. This piece is going to be folded like so. So you end up with that shape. Okay, that is going to go onto there. And then this little piece here is going to be the bit that goes on here. And that's it. Really easy. Don't you just love it? So now the fun bit is let's decorate it. So I like to concentrate on the front bit first because that's like the real wow bit. So this is the piece that is 3 1/2 by 5 7/8. And I've decided that because my paper is mint macaroon and I want the front to really pop, that I'm going to layer some mint macaroon on top of the petal pink before I put my paper on. So this is a step you may or may not want to do. So this is 3 1/2. So this is going to be 1/8 of an inch smaller. Some people like to do 1/4 of an inch smaller. I just like a little border all the way around mine. So mine is 3 3/8. Now my glue is right at the end and I'm trying to be really thrifty and squeeze every last drop out of it. So let's hope that the craft fairy is kind and it keeps going. So this one is just going on here. Okay, just make sure there's a nice border of the petal pink all the way around, just like so. And then I've cut a sheet of this to go on the front of that, that's 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. So this is 3 2/8 by 5 5/8. And again, I'm just going to stick that on. Now if this was dark, like was going onto a dark colour like Night of Navy, I would go around the edge with my Stampin' Up marker in navy. So if you've seen my videos before, I'm always banging on about that. You don't want to see a white edge to your card. So this is not white and it's quite a subtle colour, so it's not going to matter. And that is our front piece done. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to bring in my 2 pieces. I'm going to concentrate on the back piece. So this piece is the bit that you're only going to see here. Okay, there and there. So you need the tiniest sliver of paper to go on there. So the paper size is 5/8 by 5 3/4. Now the paper that I'm using, this one, is both sides of the sheet that I'm using. So I can either have it that or I can have it that. So what I need to decide is on my other piece here, which bits am I having on here? Okay, so on the front panel it's going to be there, so I actually want a contrasting pattern here. So I'm going to turn that over, which means that on the back of my standing up piece I need that pattern as well. Or you don't need it, but that's what I've decided. So I am going to go ahead and glue one on this side, and that's 5/8 by 5 3/4. And I should have another piece. Let me find that. So is this the same? This is the trouble with pre-cutting. You think you're all organised and then you lose the one bit you need. Right, this looks like the same. So let me trim this. Or is it? Oh no, it's here. See? Ta-da! Just be patient. Keep looking. The craft fairy will bring it. Okay, so that's going to go there. That's going to go there. So I'm just going to put some glue on those. Just make sure you put glue on the right side so that you have got the side facing up that you like. Now there's no science to this. I'm just looking with my eye to make sure there's a nice border round. Okay, so that's going to go there, and I'm going to repeat that on the other piece. So I use Tumbo glue because it gives me a bit of wiggle, but you use whatever you are comfortable with. So that's just going to go like that. Okay, so that's my back panel down. So I've got that piece done, I've got that piece done. Let me check, can you see that? And now I'm going to concentrate on this piece. So this piece here is going to go behind there. So I know that this panel is going to be that colour. Now I'm not layering this with mint macaroon because it's not really going to be seen that much. It's just the front panel that is going to be seen. And I am just going to stick that straight on to my petal pink. Okay, so you can fold that down and just get a nice border all the way round, like so. Now this panel here and this panel here are 1 inch by 5 3/4, and I want them to contrast, so I'm going to make sure that the shell is upwards. God, this glue, honestly, I don't think I've ever got to this lowest point on the glue and it's still worked. It's obviously a good day at Created the Ottaway. There you go. So that bit goes there. And then that's going to be for my personal message. So I'm just going to stick this bit on here. And I'm undecided actually whether to do my personal message area in white or mint macaroon. Sometimes it's nice to mix it up and not do white. So on my navy card I did crumb cake and I thought it looked really nice. So that's just going to go like that. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. Look, I'll show you. So that was crumb cake and I think that looks really nice. So I wonder if I do mint macaroon. Should we cut a bit and see what it looks like? Right, so if I was cutting that back piece, it would be 2 3/8. 2 3/8 by 5 3/4. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, it does actually look nice, doesn't it? Look. Ta-da. Oh, shall we do it in mint macaroon? Yeah, let's be wild. Let's not be predictable. Although, what colour am I going to stamp the sentiment? Wow, the great thing about Stampin' Up! Is if you stamp in the same colour as the card, it will still stand out. Should we try that? So that's that. What sentiment do I want to put in there? You are unique and because this is going to be a birthday card. Happy birthday to my beautiful friend. You are unique and completely amazing. Yeah, that's quite a nice sentiment. If I was a friend and I got that, I'd love it. I'd be like, oh, that's such a nice thing to say. Okay. Here's where I'm going, oh, I didn't bring the ink through. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Phew, there was a moment of, oh my goodness, where's the mint? Where's the mint macaroon ink? And then there it was, right in front of me. Okay, you are unique and completely amazing. Let's see if we can do this fairly straight. And see if it does stand out, even though it's the same colour. Ta-da! That really looks nice. Loving that. Ooh, okay, so let's put this together, see what comes of it. So this bit is going to be folded in like that, and turning it over, we're going to put glue on this bit here, okay? And then when we've put glue on it, we're going to stick it to here. So let's put some glue on. Oh, please don't. Oh, it's still working. Loving this glue. Okay. I feel like I need to go and do a lottery ticket or something because everything's going okay. The glue's still lasting. Okay, so tricky bit coming up. You're trying to get it in the middle. You're going to line up the top and the bottom. So I am going to line up the bottom here, like so. Remember, wiggle room with Tombow. And then hopefully, because the bottom is lined up, the top is also lined up. Yes! Ta-da! Okay. So that bit is my bit like that. Look at that. That's looking nice. Now we put the front bit on. So what you want to do is just put glue on this panel. When the glue is on it, you're going to try and get this in the middle, which means that this piece is ever so slightly over this edge. So like, if I show you, I don't know, can you see? It's just over there, but not too much, which is why you just put glue on this panel. Okay, we're nearly there. So excited. So even though at the beginning I was like, not sure about mint macaroon and petal pink, actually, it's looking good. Okay, so this is going to be the tricky bit. Let's hold that with one finger down there. Bring that over. Remember Tombow glue, you've got wiggle room. You can slide it around a little. Okay, so I'm looking, so there's a border that side and a border that side I can see. And then I press that down. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so now to decorate. I have got some die cut shapes that I've done earlier from this stamp set. So I've got some little starfish. I've got some shells. They're not quite the right pink. Let's have a look. There's one that's slightly lighter. That one's much lighter, so that one will be better. Is there another one that's lighter? Oh, I think there's one here. Yeah, that's a bit lighter, and it's got a bit of crumb cake on it, so that's even better. So when I've stamped loads of these images out, I sit and colour quite a few of them, so I've always got a stash ready to go. Because if you're stamping and colouring one, you might as well stamp and colour 3 or 4. Just saves you time in the long run. So they're my 2 stars. I also think one of those might be nice on the front, and the sentiment. So I use the stylish shapes, and I use this one, which is the biggest one, but it's too big, I think, to go across the front. So what I did was die cut it as normal, like so, die cut it like that, and then I moved the die along like so, just made sure it was lined up. You can sort of feel when it's lined up because it slots into it, and then die cut it again, which meant that piece came off, and now it's smaller and it will fit even better. So happy birthday to a beautiful friend. Now this is white on the front, but I think that's okay. Let me see if I've got a stamp. Okay. Oh, something on there. And the mint macaroon, where did I put that? Nearly there. Okay. So this is a really lovely card that you can jazz up. Make it something really special or just really simple. And both will look beautiful. Oh, I like that. So that is going to go on there. Okay, I think I'm going to need some dimensionals. Please tell me I brought those in. Yep. Wow, Claire. What is wrong with you today? Okay, I'm just going to put 3 on there because it's got no weight on it, has it? Okay. That's going to go about there, I think. And then this one, ooh, let's put that on some dimensionals because I want it to be quite 3D looking. So, and I'm also going to shape that a bit. So that's going to go over there, and it can overhang a bit because there's room. And then my starfish, ooh, needs to overlap. So put one in the middle. Just bend the stars up with your nails or a bone folder and just sort of overlap it like so. And then a teeny tiny shell. I'm going to put that on there, and that's going to go there like so. And then I feel like I need something on there. So, did I have another green one? Yeah, that's going to go there. So, I'm just going to put dimensional on that, like so. That will go about there. And then I need another shell, and I think this one just needs a bit of a trim. So you do get dies to cut this out of, but by the time I've got the machine, got it out, loaded the die for one shell, I'm gonna fussy cut. Whoops. And then it will be, okay, ta-da! Look at that. Oh, I actually really like that. I'm surprised. Okay, let's bring the other one back in and I can show you them both. So this is the navy, which I do really, really love. Oh, I didn't put any gem bits on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if I've got some little sticky bits. Yep, one there. One there. One there. That just adds to it. I'm really consciously trying to use my little embellishments because I buy them and then I just collect them and hoard them, and I think, oh no, I might need them for something. Don't use them, and then you've just got piles of them. So, ta-da! Loving it. I don't know which one I like best. Which one do you like best? Love this paper. So this paper is by the bay DSP, and I live in a bay. Perfect. Okay, that's enough from me today. I'm so glad that you watched. I hope you love the make. Please give it a go, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.